Yeah, I thought at times during the game we played really well. I thought our execution in the third quarter was really good, and we had a couple possessions there to push it to a 12-point game, and we had a couple of costly turnovers and kind of got them back in the game there. And then, they played really physical against us and got to the free throw line a lot down the stretch. But overall, I thought there's definitely stuff that we can learn from. It was our first game playing without Corinne, and that takes a little time to adjust to. So I was proud of the way that Deanna and Elena handled that, and the rest of the team did as well. Like I said, I thought there were times in the game when we played really well, but we just kind of fell victim to probably some shot selection, some forced threes that led to quick transition baskets for them. And obviously some turnovers on costly possessions. But other than that, it's a good team. I mean, they're the best defensive team in the Sun Belt, and we scored 76 on them, so we did some nice things. But defensively, obviously, we have to be better than that.
Carl, you can start. Jesse,
What's the difference between them and the MAC? Was it a difference between them and the MAC teams you do? They're very, very quick. So, and on that stuff. So, I guess talk about their defense for a second and the pressure that you were facing.
I would say exactly like you said, they're very quick, very fast. They were collapsing really hard on every drive, which is similar to Ohio, which we talked about before the game. But yeah, they're very fast, very aggressive. There's not many teams like that in the MAC, so it was definitely an adjustment, and we just didn't adjust enough.
Katie?
Yeah, like Jenna said, the ball handling piece was tough with them. We weren't as prepared for that as we should have been, but it's just individual mistakes with ball handling. They're fast, they're handsy, and yeah, we didn't handle it that well.
Yeah, Jenna, Coach mentioned there in the third quarter, you guys found a little momentum and all that, and then until that final minute, and then that really carried over into the fourth quarter. Was there really anything that Old Dominion was doing to you guys on that defensive end, specifically during that stretch, or what was really going on during that time?
Yeah, like I said, they just kept collapsing. Whenever Katie would drive, it felt like they were sending 2-3 people and really taking away options on ball screens. Their hedges were really aggressive and pretty good, and we weren't getting much out of that. But also offensively for them, they were just being really aggressive, and they were getting a lot of downhill drives to dump offs, which we weren't rotating backside on. So I think that hurt us.
And then Katie, there's multiple times tonight you were able to finish with contact. I guess just what goes into like your training and practice to have that much success when you're down there under the rim?
Yeah, I mean, playing against my teammates, we're always competitive and aggressive with each other. Me and Jenna, we have boys in our practice, so we go back and forth, and they prepare us well for that.
And now you guys have 6 days off before your next game. Just what do you guys as players want to accomplish over these next 6 days going back into the MAC schedule?
I think it's important that we get some rest and recovery, but also just working on our togetherness and everything. Without Corinne, obviously, we have some adjustments to make. We saw that tonight. And I think getting our boys in and practicing against us and going hard and dealing with that pressure, working on handling the ball without her, and just getting our team together.
Katie, what went right in the third quarter when you took that 10-point lead?
I think we just had more composure. We were the aggressor there for a while, and that was important, and we weren't able to do that for the rest of the game.
And so kind of so far, now that you have this break, what's kind of impressed you guys about this team so far?
I think our depth has been really good. I like how well we adjust to now tonight with Corinne out. I don't think we adjusted quite as well as we needed to. I think, like Coach said, Deanna and Elena did well, but the rest of the team needs to be able to adjust around that better. But we do have a lot of depth, and I like that about our team.
Any other questions for Katie or Jenna?
Hey, I just wondered, Coach talked about the physicality, and Old Dominion really out-rebounded you guys in the fourth quarter and had a lot of second chance points. How much is that a lesson learned about the fourth quarter and the way that went, and how much is that's something that can, fuel you guys moving forward?
Yeah, I think that's a big lesson. We're working on putting 4 quarters together. I think we have a team this year that never gives up, but we got to limit the runs that other teams taking us in the 4th quarter because we don't have time to make up for that. So, I mean, if we were given a 5th quarter in these games like this, I think, of course, we're coming back and we're fighting back and we're going to come out on top. But we need to learn from that and be able to take care of the 4th quarter as best as we can.
What do you guys have to do to adjust to Corinne's absence? You said that they played well, but you guys had to learn from them.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just need to trust each other more. Some people need to step up and take care of the ball better, look for other people. That's a lot of assists that are gone now, and I think that we're more than capable of stepping up. Me, Jenna, Deanna, Elena, and I'm confident we'll be able to do that.
Anything else for Katie or Jenna?
Thanks, you guys. Good job.
Carl, can you use this? I'll let you start off, Coach.
Coach, what is exactly Corinne's status? Is she out for the year?
Well, I'm not going to get into details on health things, but yeah, it looks like she's going to be out for an extended period of time. And there's not much time left in the season, so you can read into that.
Hey, Todd, just to follow up on kind of what I was trying to ask the players about the physicality. Did you feel like it increased from Old Dominion in the 4th quarter, and was that one of your takeaways and one of your messages to your team afterward?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the game got more physical in the 4th quarter. We have to be able to adjust to that, We have capable players as well, but I mean, the Cunningham kid, number 3, she is as athletic a player as we probably faced all year. I mean, that's saying a lot, but she's just so quick to the ball, and credit to her. I mean, she plays relentlessly. Their coach was yelling at them, nothing soft, be physical, go hard, that type of thing, and they did. And, consequently, they got to the free throw line a lot, and then they also, they got crucial offensive rebounds. They only out-rebounded us by 1. And it's not like they had 20 offensive rebounds. They had 11. But the timing of those is what was really, really difficult. There were 3 specifically right there in the middle of the 4th quarter that were big possessions. And they got extra possessions on them and scored, I think, on all 3 of them. Hit a 3 on one of those, which is just, just takes the wind out of your sails when you're, playing defense that long, get a stop, offensive rebound, kick out 3. That's tough to bounce back from.
And, I know Katie's been a good player for a long time here, but, another big day, double-double entering the 4th quarter. Out of everything she's done, how is she better this season? What are the major strides she's made for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's just playing with kind of a relentless passion right now. In her 5th year, she sees kind of, this is the stretch run. She was doing that last year as well. She was playing like this probably the last 4 or 5 weeks of last year as well. And I think she is back to that, or maybe in some points even exceeding that. Just her relentlessness is phenomenal. She had a great game. I mean, she really did. There's a couple shots, maybe you try and get her to the basket or that type of thing. She's usually on the open threes that she gets, she's usually knocking those down. So I'm not gonna really try and slow her down from that. But a couple of those threes go down that we didn't get. And maybe it's a little different game, but her relentlessness has been, unbelievable.
How valuable is her aggression and just the way she goes to the basket, but not only that, and also for her to rebound the way she does as a guard?
Yeah.
What does that do for your entire team?
Well, some other people need to step it up a little bit. Like she's, we've got a few players on the team that need to be a little bit more rebound focused and not leave Katie on an island down there a little bit. So I think that's another thing that we could have done much more effectively, is been a little tougher around her toughness. I think sometimes some of our players get caught in watching her work instead of also participating in the work. So that's a lesson that we can learn from. But I've really enjoyed coaching Katie. I mean, it's great to have her on our team, and we all want to finish this season the best we can for her.
And then you mentioned your depth. It's obviously been tested over this last week with some injuries. I guess just what has really impressed you with the way players have stepped up and are playing a little bit more valuable minutes than they were a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a little injury bug here, knock on wood. I mean, we haven't played with our full roster since the Eastern Michigan game. We were down Abby, then we were down Abby and Michaela, and then as soon as we're getting them back, then Corinne goes down, and those are adjustments that you have to make as a team, but it certainly affects you when 3 of your top 6 players are out of the rotation at some point in that stretch. We knew the Old Dominion, this game was going to be really difficult, because we're at the top, close to the top of our league, and so are they. And we knew that it was going to be difficult playing this style of game without our best ball handler. So I think that probably has a lot to do with it. But our depth is, I mean, they're stepping up when we need them to.
And then looking ahead, what are you hoping to accomplish over the next 6 days before your next game?
Yeah, really, I mean, the number one thing we need to do is just rest. This week needs to be a really good reset for us because we got 7 conference games left, and we're 1 game out of first place. We got to remember that. We've done a lot of good work this season. This is a very capable team. We need to make the adjustments with Corinne being out, but I thought Deanna played really well, and Elena coming off the bench, she hadn't played much. Going in there against that type of pressure, she handled herself pretty well, and so I was pleased with that. But this 6 days needs to be rest, and then press the reset, probably make some adjustments. We have some time to make some adjustments now. It's hard to make major adjustments in 2 days before an uncommon opponent that you haven't played before. So now we'll have a little bit more time to make some of those adjustments without Corinne. But that's what we're looking to do, and just focus on the next game and keep that right in front of us.
They outscored you by 11 on off turnovers, which doesn't happen to your team very much. Why is that?
I mean, they turned us over more than other teams. I mean, it sounds like they're very aggressive. Once again, the common factors in that happening. Your best ball control point guard, who's one of the best in the conference at assist to turnover ratio, is out. And you're asking players that haven't played major minutes and had the ball in their hands to now handle the basketball more, right? And then they let them play physical, especially down the stretch, right? And all that leads itself to, and they're the best defensive team in the Sun Belt. And so all those things put together led itself to that, and we lose by 6. So we could have cleaned a few things up, made a couple shots, not turned it over here or there, keep them off the offensive glass, and I think we win the basketball game. We were right there. But we've got to be better. Katie said it. We've got to be better at executing in the fourth quarters, especially when teams are pressuring us.
Anything else, Coach?
All right, thank you all. Appreciate it.